Hello, ladies and gentlemen. I am Samiti, all the way from Manchester, United Kingdom. I'm here to introduce to you Dr. Njakiri Damages.
Welcome to the show. My name is Dr. Damages. We're coming to you from the greatest city in the world,
New York City.
Yes, New York City is so great.
It's great.
That it's -5 degrees.
-5
in New York City today.
Are you kidding me?
With wind chill factor, it feels like -15.
Wow.
Now, it's moments like this that Africans in America, they feel like going back home.
Yes.
No freezer anywhere in Nigeria.
Yes.
It's as cold as New York City.
Oh, yes?
No freezer. Not even in Aso Rock.
Yes, exactly.
Now, the only place that is colder than New York City in Nigeria is the campaign headquarters of Obi Ezekwesili.
Oh, this is Obi.
It's so cold there. Nobody's there. They closed shop.
Bring back our guys.
Did you hear that she dropped out of the presidential
She dropped
race?
out?
She dropped out.
What? Willingly or unwillingly?
She dropped out.
Hey!
Guess what? That's not the big story. The big story was that INEC said to her, hey, madam, due process. Come. It's too late now. You can't drop out.
Too late.
Even if you have to be the last, you have to go through the whole thing. Can you imagine that? Give me red card. They said no. You are there. Anyway, the big NTA TV interview series.
Okay.
The candidates. Just concluded.
Hey.
Did you watch them?
Yes, I watched
The
it.
last one happened to be the other day with PDP candidate Abubakar Atiku and his deputy Peter Obi.
Obi.
What?
Obi and Atiku.
It set the internet on fire.
On fire.
Take a look.
The country's economy is collapsed.
This guy is looking at him.
There's insecurity. There's this. They promise us to make Naira 1-to-1.
I'm looking at our video.
No. We have to do fact checks when we're doing
1 minute.
this. Come on.
Let me finish.
Let's be serious now.
Let me finish.
Serious conversation. Come on.
Let me finish. That's what the promise
Come
was.
on now.
Damn! Kadaria Ahmed wasn't playing.
But she wasn't.
We knew it was great TV because Atiku's supporters felt that the journalist was very tough.
Tough?
So their
That's
candidates.
what you're supposed to do.
That's what I was thinking. Whatever you think about Atiku and Obi's performance, at least, unlike Buhari, Atiku didn't wait for Obi to explain to him the questions that was being asked.
That's a shock.
Unlike Buhari, he did not say that his earpiece was not working. We really got the chance to hear Atiku's view, how he would run the country. You know, for the first time, most people have not had Atiku talk. Look at that example.
Would you consider an amnesty where you say to people who've been involved in corrupt practices that bring back money and we draw a line, and then going forward, we begin to implement ABC?
Why not? Why not? We could consider it.
No, but have you considered it?
Personally, yes. Personally, I have considered it.
Okay.
Why not?
Atiku will give amnesty to thieves.
His friends?
You see, exactly. I'm saying, when he's saying this, is he thinking that I will start with myself, I will go in front of a mirror and announce that I'm returning some money. You know what I mean?
Yes.
But the point is, now, you know that now, there's Zia Alison Madeke, you know her?
Yes.
She'll be packing her things to come back.
Coming back.
Coming back.
Yes.
Welcome back home, you know?
Back
we
home.
miss you, you know? Sorry for the inconveniences, you know, it's just a small break in transmission. That's a lot of people will be at the airport to welcome her home. You know, that your house, you can have it back. That's it. Anyway, now, apart from giving amnesty to thieves, Atiku lied about his business conflicts of interest, and so many other things. The one that really carried the day was when he confused government money as his own money, when he said this.
EFCC did not even have the money in the budget to start operation. I borrowed them 300 million naira from the privatization process. They said,
Can you believe that? That should give him immunity for life. You know what I mean? Donating money used to start EFCC. Can you imagine that? Government money in government house. What is wrong? What's wrong with that? You know, dashing money to anybody. Yeah, if you start an agency that's supposed to hold you accountable, why would they hold you accountable? You just reminded them that without me, you can't be. You know what I mean? Now, Peter Obi had his own conflict too.
Yes.
Conflict of interest. Yeah. Yes. Asked why he deported beggars to Akwa Ibom as governor of Anambra State. He responded. He said that How could I do such a thing when my wife is from Akwa Ibom?
You never took beggars to
Never.
Akwa Ibom.
In fact, they're welcomed because they're citizens of the place. You know, my wife is from Akwa Ibom. How can I deport people to their state? That's what I suffer.
Yes.
That wasn't the question he was asked, you know. And then when he was asked about his own conflict of interest and investing money, government money, in a bank that he has interest in, this is what he said.
I invested another 10, over several billions in banks, including banks where I have share. I was investing for the future of the state.
I hear you. Still, they did better than Buhari and Oshibajo.
Why this country is where we are today and why where we are.
Of course.
I think so.
They did better than them. But did they do better than Showore and Kingsley Moral?
No.
Or Obi Ezekwesili?
No.
Okay. I'm kidding about Obi. It's just too hard to believe.
Yes.
If not Obi, why? Who? Which other woman?
I don't know.
This is hard. You know, it's hard.
Yes.
To be president is hard. You know what I mean? Anyway, since Buhari suspended the Chief Justice of Nigeria and appointed an acting Chief Justice, yeah, the Nigerian judiciary has been in disarray. Disarray. Look at this lawyer talking.
Every lawyer has a private contract with his clients. Yes. A private contract with his client. Imagine this situation. The court has given me today and tomorrow for trial. Yes. My client is in the United States of America. He flew in yesterday, only for him to learn that today and tomorrow the NBA is boycotting.
Look at this one.
I am disappointed first and foremost that the NBA NEC meeting will meet and not tell Paul Osoro, the NBA chairman who is facing massive corruption allegation, to step down, but would rather be interested in telling lawyers to boycott courts because, rightly or wrongly, a president is acting on an order suspending the CGN.
Now, some said that what the president did was unconstitutional.
Yes.
Others said that Buhari acted on the orders of the Code of Conduct Tribunal. This is one thing everyone agreed on, you know, that in this case of Justice Walter Onnoghen, due process was not followed from the beginning to the end. Even an armed robber, I'm not saying he's an armed robber, but even an armed robber arrested at the scene of the crime, deserves due process.
Yeah, exactly.
Now, the first person to react to the suspension was the PDP's presidential candidate, Abubakar Atiku.
Atiku.
Yep, his reaction was to immediately suspend his own campaign. Good man. Good man. Here is somebody's reaction to Atiku's move. I saw this on Facebook. The man said, Atiku didn't suspend his campaign because of ASO strike, but because we caught a thief.
Yes.
Now, in their reaction, the African Bar Association, they are very serious people. They said this, that Buhari suspended the Chief Justice of Nigeria through an illegitimate order from an inferior tribunal to cause anarchy. This African Bar Association, the Nigerian Bar Association, rose from an emergency meeting and demanded that their members should boycott courts for 2 days.
2 straight days. As
a warning. If the government doesn't reverse that, they will make it what? Permanent. Well, the boycott failed in so many places. So many lawyers ignored it and went to court. Who will blame them? They needed to deliver bribe money to some judges. I mean, you have to go. They gave you the time and the place to drop the money. You can't just say because I am a Nigerian Bar Association gave another. You have to go and do it. Meanwhile, the US, EU, and the UK all made statements condemning the action of President Buhari.
Yes.
And they warned that Nigeria's democracy was in danger.
In peril.
In danger.
In peril.
Guess the reaction of Buhari's people. Look.
Wow.
We will not allow meddling into our affairs. That's Buhari's government reacting.
What?
Yeah. Immediately after the government warning to America.
Yes.
American drones picked up signals of Boko Haram fighters moving in the northeast, and they called the Nigerian military. The generals picked the call and said, "This is what's happening." They said, "Thank you, sir. Thank you to the Americans. Thank you." And after that, Buhari's doctor in London, they called Buhari and said, "It's time for your checkup. You need blood work. You have to come. You have to come." And oops. Oops. These are the people they've been warning. You're one in the UK. Nonsense. Whenever a government starts attacking the US and the UK, just know that it is at its wit's end. Oh, things are getting to the end. Yeah. Remember that President Jonathan did the same thing
towards the end of
when he attacked Obama's administration towards the run-up to the 2015 election. Yeah, he did that. That's when you know that. That's when you know that things are. Now, when the courts in Nigeria ordered the release of Shiite Ezazaki, yeah, Buhari ignored the order. When the courts ordered the release of Nnamdi Kanu, Buhari ignored it.
Yes.
When Bashir Lawal was accused of corruption, Buhari ignored it. When Maina was accused of corruption, Buhari did what? Ignored it. Nothing. He didn't do anything. But immediately, the Chief Justice of Nigeria was accused. Buhari removed his Baba Go Slow jacket and put on his Usain Bolt jacket. He became Baba quick.
Speed of light.
Speed of light. And when we cried that Buhari should sack the IG of police, make him retire because he has reached the age of retirement, what did Buhari do? He went and picked somebody he liked. He didn't pick the most senior in the police. But when he suspended the Chief Justice of Nigeria, he went and picked the most senior. I won't say this is hypocrisy, but it stinks to high heaven. Who are we fooling?
Who did this?
This is hypocrisy to the highest order, a new level. I wish that Onnoghen guy, that his hands were clean. I wish that the hands of those who suspended him were clean. I wish that the hands of those who gave the order for him to be suspended were clean. I wish the hands of those who drafted the constitution under which he was suspended, that their hands were clean.
I wish we see the code of conduct Baruch form of Buhari.
I wish we see his own asset declaration. And in fact, a lot of people have requested for Buhari to release it, but he will not.
We see the asset declaration of the
new judge, the new Chief Justice, acting one. I wish we can say that. My friends, they put in the request for Freedom of Information Act to release it. We haven't had anything. Now, being that this is Nigeria, a week after, we have all moved on. We have all moved on. Amechi is dancing again.
Hey, Mechi!
Amechi is dancing again. You know, even Buhari is dancing.
Yes.
Take a look. See, I bet you Obama's political strategists, they are back again. They are back again. You know, nobody else could have made him to break into a dance like this. They are, I mean, all of them are back. On the other side, there is no much dancing. No more. In Kebbi State, that was in Kebbi State.
Yes.
PDP politicians at an event called on Satan to leave them alone. Standard prayer. Satan did not like it.
Yes.
Here is what happened to them. Take a look again. Collapsed.
Hey!
Satan was so mad at Nigerian politicians for calling his name.
Back to sender.
And in essence, spoiling his name. That was why he did that. You see, it's very good. Thank God that they were wearing abada. You know, many of them would have crushed their bomb. So you know what I mean? Their bomb landed on the abada. It helped. Don't you think about that?
I thought about it.
The distance they fell. Yeah, you know what I mean? On the floor now.
How many people were in the state that time?
We don't know. It was amazing. Control collapse. You know, that's the kind of thing that will happen to a campaign that I'm not going to mention the name of that campaign. Controlled collapse. February 16th. Anyway, how is the campaign of Atiku going? Other than suspending his campaign and making an address to the nation. Did you know that he made an address?
Yes.
He called it the State of the Nation address. But nobody watched. Nobody. What's he up to again? Do we know?
I don't know.
Now, to understand Atiku more, our heir apparent, you know what that's what he is. I went back to Obasanjo's book, My Watch. On page 49, Obasanjo wrote, Atiku becoming president is like hearing that a former armed robber is now your bank manager. It's on page 49.
Is it 419?
No, 49.
419.
No, this is real. No. Now, talking about February 16 election, here is the breakdown of the occupations of registered Nigerian voters. Students are 22.3 million.
22.3
Public servants, 2.29 million. Business people, 10.8 million. Farmers, 13.63 million. Housewives, 11.8 million.
Housewife is there.
I said, look.
I'm not doing it.
Nigerian students are up to 22.3 million.
What about Almajiris?
This is no, seriously, let's look at it. About 25% of the registered voters are Nigerian. So why is it that former student union leader Nance is not leading in the polls? You know, if he gets the whole Nigerian students to vote for him, that would be 22% of the votes.
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
Yes.
Do they know that this is about their life that we're talking about?
They don't know.
Do they know?
They're not aware.
Why are we? What is wrong with them?
What?
Who did this to us?
Hey!
22.3%.
Students.
Why is the young candidates not doing well? Because these are the people they could relate to. Why are they looking at these old candidates?
Yes, I don't know. The people are the departure lounge of the lives.
Oh, all right.
Who did this?
I have no idea. This is something we call Africa in
Brief.
This is where we tell you stories of Africa to show you that what is in the home of the rat is also in the home of the skunk.
Skunk.
Yeah, you know.
Rat and skunk.
Yeah, it's everywhere.
See
how I did it. Now, authorities in Sudan have ordered the release of more than 1,000 protesters held during weeks of anti-government protests. Do you know about where Sudan is?
Yeah, Sudan, yeah.
1,000 protesters. The release was ordered by Sudan's intelligence and security chief, Salagosh.
Salagosh.
Yeah, no reason was given for the decision to release them. And no reason was given why it is the security chief that made that announcement, not the country's chief judge. Not the chief judge. They still have chief judge there. I know you guys don't have it. You guys don't have it, but they have in Sudan.
Yeah, we don't have a substantive one.
No, even the acting one, people say they don't believe in him. They don't trust him. They don't think he's a real one. The protest started in December.
In December?
Over cuts to bread and fuel subsidies.
December 2018.
Fuel subsidies. This fuel is everywhere in Africa. And it later became a protest against President al-Bashir's 30 year in office.
Oh, wow.
Do you know the guy has been there 30 years?
30 years.
Take a look.
The idea was perfectly simple. March to the presidential palace and tell Omar al-Bashir to resign.
It's amazing. Now, here is the result of that march. They were marching to the president's palace. Watch.
But this was the official response. Rubber bullets, tear gas, and live ammunition from an administration and a man who have ruled Sudan for 29 years.
I know. Security forces did not stop there. They went further.
In a suburb of Khartoum called Berry, troops are filmed as they open fire on protesters. A tear gas canister was fired, say activists, into a building where doctors were treating the wounded. Residents react with horror.
This is what I'm telling you. Each attack has consequences. Like this.
At least 3 people died in Berry, including a 25-year-old doctor and a 14-year-old boy.
I know. More than 40 people have been killed
40?
in the arrest. 40. Yeah. As expected, President Omar al-Bashir blamed it on foreign agents and rebel group in Darfur region. Nothing to do with his 30 years of failure as a leader. Nothing. It's only Africa. It's only in Africa that you hear something like that. In Zimbabwe, Emerson Mnangagwa, you know the guy? Yeah, has expressed anger over Sky News reports showing civilians being beaten by soldiers and police. Yeah, the president said that he was appalled.
Now we start making comparison with Mugabe now.
He said that in a tweet like Trump. He said, this is not the Zimbabwean way. The butcher of Ndebele. Yeah, said it was not the Zimbabwean way.
Wow.
I'm like, really?
Really?
You know what? Watch the Mugabe way. my friend, that one happened in Kenya now.
Yeah.
Show the Zimbabwean
The real
way.
one?
Yeah.
Wow.
No. That is Nigerian police. That's Nigerian. Can't you find Zimbabwean police in action? Show them.
Complains about his handcuffs. In response, a plainclothes security agent strikes him in the face. We arrived on the scene a few minutes earlier.
I know. No, okay, you know what? Forget it. The point is that what was in the video did not rise up to the African level. They just slapped the guy, No, come and see the Nigerian. What's the name of that police officer group in Nigeria? SARS. You know them?
Yes.
They don't play. They don't play. Meanwhile, the information minister in Zimbabwe was busy accusing Skype News that they don't have accreditation to cover the unrest in Zimbabwe. and said that they are agents of a foreign government. Did you hear them?
Yes.
That those Skype News people were agents of a foreign government determined to undermine Zimbabwe.
Wow.
Africa, doesn't that sound familiar?
Sounds familiar. Like the same old.
Who did this to us?
Who did this to us?
Now, because some of our police officers are not that bad, they don't just go about beating people.
Yes.
I want to leave you with an upbeat image of a police officer in Uganda. Watch. You see, one day justice shall reign in Africa.
Justice shall reign.
One day. Meanwhile, in Uganda, the Chief Justice complained to President Museveni that the country has only 53 judges.
53?
Who are expected, High Court judges, to handle 63,000 cases every year. Can you believe that?
It's not going to end.
At least they have a Chief Judge.
But we don't have
We don't have one, Watch him make his case to Museveni. Watch.
Handle over 63,143 pending cases. This implies that the workload per judge stands at 1,214 cases, requiring a disposal of 101 cases per month and 5 cases per day for 22 working days in a month.
Wow!
I say, it's humanly impossible. Now, what did Museveni say to the judge? Take a look.
You want another rub? You want another rub?
Museveni said, you want another you want another rap? He doesn't want another rap anymore. He wants scientists now. Listen to him.
It should be the one who is most needed that should get the first call on the scarce resources. And the ones who are most needed are, one, scientists.
He wants scientists.
Nuclear ones.
Yeah, I'm getting to that. What does Museveni want scientists for?
Why?
What does an African leader want scientists for? What do they do for Africa?
I don't know.
Is he planning to build his own nuclear weapon? That may be the thing. This could be a game changer. You know what I mean?
Yes.
The funny thing is that scientists are not lacking in Africa.
They are not.
They are everywhere you look.
Yes.
It's just that nobody's looking. Nobody cares. Nobody's looking.
Are you one of them?
Look, I picked up one. Look at this young kid called ACC Wizzy. Aha. You know the guy?
Yeah, I know.
He built a car. He's building a plane. He's going to fly from police college to the airport in there. I may even use his flight, next time. Watch the guy now.
My first invention was a toy helicopter. But when I finished building it, when I was about to test, my father burnt it. This is a motorcycle engine. It has 4 gears. I have to convert 1 gear to reverse so that it can work like a normal car. I have another vision of another thing I have to do. So that is a micro-light aircraft. I want to fly it from police college and I will land at Lagos Airport. My name is ACC Wizzy. I want to go to school.
ACC Wizzy. His likes are all over Africa. Now, if the Nigerian government is so interested in supporting him, Museveni may soon come and pick him.
Yes,
because
absolutely.
Museveni is
looking for scientists.
I want another rap. He's now looking for another scientist. The man things are changing, Africa rising,
Africa rising.
The moment Museveni is talking about scientists, that's it.
Yes.
He's aiming at a nuclear weapon. Hi, I'm Dr. Damages. Do high fees damage your wallet when you send money home? I've got the damage control. Use Wave for no fee transfers. Remember the promo code DOCTOR for $5. This is what we call secrets of
picture.
It's based on a premise that a picture is worth more than 1,000 words. Now, the picture you're looking at is that of Abubakar Atiku, the PDP candidate for president, bowing down to greet Olusegun Obasanjo, former president of Nigeria. Look at it. What? You see, this is what Obasanjo likes. This is what he likes. If everybody will bow down to him and say Baba, and say Baba, you are the best. You are the father of modern Nigeria. Call him sir, and that's it. He will forgive you. All the things he wrote in his book. He will even set his book on fire. Nonsense. He will say, who wrote that crap? He will just look at his book and say, who wrote this crap? He will call his book. And who wrote this crap? Nonsense.
I report all of us. Nonsense.
Here are some stories making headline news across Nigerian newspapers this week. Chief of Army Staff, Burata, you know him. He said that ineffective armored vehicles are setbacks in our counter-insurgents operations.
How? Burata.
I say, yeah, poor general.
How?
Yeah? Get him man, let him repeat after me. God will punish those who imported those ineffective vehicles, those who paid them, and those who got kickbacks.
Amen.
Say amen.
Amen.
And now report them to EFCC. Can you believe that?
Yes.
The man is saying he's the one who is in charge of what was imported. And he's saying that they were ineffective. I said God should punish those who imported them, those who paid them, and those who collected kickbacks. I mean, you can be sure that the man was in 3 of them.
Yes.
He paid them. He was the one that he collected. His
Everything. So God will punish
3 times. Nonsense.
Nonsense.
Next, I have never been in a position of abusing trust.
Yes.
Says Buhari. You know what that means?
Yes.
I'm like, really?
Really? Wow.
Why didn't you follow Yar'Adua's example and show us your assets declaration forms?
Exactly.
Make it public.
Yes.
And why are you not allowing the CCB to stop denying because they've been denying freedom of information requests?
Exactly.
For us to see the form.
Let's see your form.
I have never, look at his mouth. I've never been in a position of abusing trust. Isn't that abuse of trust?
Yes, abuse of
we
trust.
trust you to be able to say, this is it. This is my I have 150 cows. I have 150 cows. Every year it's only 150.
Not by month.
If they have a baby, I eat the baby. I make sure it remains 150 cows. That's all.
Show us your form.
My kids go to school in England. I pay the money through Western Union. MoneyGram, yeah, through MoneyGram. That's it. That's what we are looking for.
Yes.
When I go to Britain for my medical treatment, I pay the money through my cows. Before he became president, he was still paying for it.
Yes.
Nonsense. Next. This is good. Listen to this. I lent EFCC 300 million naira so it could take off.
Lent or borrow? Which one?
He gave them the money.
Yes.
Yeah. Atiku Abubakar. I have a question. At what point are you allowed to give up on your country? No, there should be a limit to the embarrassment. You know what I mean? He went to his pocket and said, EFCC, come. You guys are about to start. I dash you this. That's what he said now. He's from his mouth.
If then, how much did Obasanjo lend the FCC?
Yeah. And how do you, after giving them that money, seed money, will they actually come and say to you, account for this?
It's entitled to life immunity.
Nonsense.
It's entitled to life immunity.
Next. This is good. Finally, federal government files charges against the former secretary to the federal government on the 270 million grass cutting fraud. You know what I mean?
How many months? What?
Don't let them fool you. This is
politics.
After the election, they will forget about this. No, I'm telling you. After the election, nobody will mention this anymore.
Exactly.
It will just be part of nonsense.
They
want credit for this. Should anybody give them credit for this?
No.
Nothing. No.
It's too late.
It's too late. So this one is for you.
Yes.
The video. He was in England. He performed at the O2 Arena. and they said he didn't sell out.
Sold out.
Look at the headline. Look at the headline. Almost. They said almost sold out.
He sold out.
Whiskey sold out.
Whiskey sold out. Davido almost sold out. So now you know what Davido, you know what he's saying? He's saying that he's coming to Madison Square Garden to now show the world that 20,000 at the arena is nothing. He's coming to 80,000 to sell out 80,000.
Almost sell out.
Are you gonna go?
To almost sell out.
It will almost sell out. Even if it's 10,000 people are there, it's almost. Almost.
Even if it's 19,000.
Nonsense. It's time for your email. Give me a break. Welcome back. Welcome back. Welcome back. Welcome back. It's coming. Oh, it's happening.
Cold.
It's cold here. It's getting hot in Nigeria. Election fever
It's
everywhere.
global warming.
It's,
Seriously.
it's-
Global warming.
and Trump doesn't know what it means. Okay, do we have emails today?
Everyday doctor.
Okay, let's go. Let's go.
So our first email is from Ibrahim Abubakar.
IB.
Dangogo.
Dango. Ah, that's our friend now.
From
Yes,
Gombe.
From Gombe. He's always writing.
Gombe
Yeah.
State.
Mhm.
Yeah, that's him. So he writes,
Yeah.
The stage fell.
hello, Dr. Damages.
Yes, ma'am.
I'm a very big fan of your show.
Thank
I
you,
told you.
brother.
I like the courage that Shore showed by coming to the North to campaign. He came to Gombe State and I was very happy.
Thank
Wow.
you.
I was telling my friends that we need to retire these old politicians
Exactly.
and vote for Shore.
Joe, Baba.
Omoyele Shore has the revolutionary and transformational change mantra with a brand new political party free of godfatherism.
Yes.
Wow. I used to tell my friends about him when they saw him, they believed all that I said about him. I love his courage, and even if he tries now and fails, he should try again.
Wow.
It's not an easy journey, but thanks for presenting himself.
Wow.
My regards to the next information minister, the noisemaker. I know he will not like words like the other ones.
Thank you.
He's going to be in the kitchen cabinet, but not going, information minister. That one
When he even enters there, he forget us.
that one has been taken. Thank you so much for your email. You are right. The heroes are those who went into the ring to face the sandbag.
Exactly. Punch.
It's not easy. As people, it's not easy feat. Considering that even when you want to leave, say you don't want to run anymore, the EFCC will say, EFCC will say, no, you can't leave. So it's not easy what they are doing. It's not easy. People should press them.
Yes.
Even though, including Obi.
That's the quality.
Hey, I feel bad for Obi. I like her.
I love her. I'm a fan.
Next.
Anyways, the second email is from Unyime Ufo,
Hey.
based in Benin City,
Yeah.
Nigeria.
Yeah.
Better.
And he writes,
Yes.
Dr. Damages,
Yes.
I'm a big fan of yours.
Wow.
And I've been watching all your episodes.
Thank you.
Why did you use a pant as the logo of the new section, Africa in Brief? Have you not joined the Yahoo boys in stealing women's
Wait. Yeah. Is it true? Sasha. You see me see trouble. Sasha, when I say brief, I mean brief, not brief.
Not that.
Not brief, not pants. Yeah, exactly. Brief.
Oh, Yahoo pants.
Not Yahoo. Don't embarrass me.
No women's pants.
They are thinking I'm Yahoo now. Eh? When I become rich, they'll think.
What about shorts?
Our last email is from.
I'm just getting ready.
It's from Fabulous from London.
Fabulous.
Oh yeah, Fabulous.
Yeah.
Our friend. They are always.
And he writes,
Yes.
Dear Dr. Damages, Doctor, please stop saying that New York is the greatest city in the world. Lagos is the greatest city in the world.
And he's in London.
Yeah, they go do.
No problem. No problem.
They go do that.
No problem.
I love
Fabulous.
your show so much,
Thank you.
and I'm coming to New York.
When?
And when I come, I want to come to your studio.
Wow.
You are welcome.
Wow.
And then he says, please, when will you tell Agege Bread comes to my other room? What?
Another room.
In the other room.
And then he also says, can you please tell us your favorite candidates?
Candidates. Okay.
For the next
election. That's good. Thank you. Well. In 2 weeks' time.
Yes.
We shall be coming to you from the new greatest city in the world. Lagos is so great that it has 18.9 million people.
Yes.
But 0 public toilets.
Wow.
I forgot. Every corner is a toilet.
Yes.
Now, about the election and who is my favorite candidate. He's the one that will win.
Yes.
And I don't want to tell you his name because I don't want you to start blaming me for making you vote for him when he starts messing up like the other. Anyway, yeah, that's all the time we have for emails. Please keep sending your emails to Dr. Damages at
gmail.com.
Follow us on Twitter at
Dr. Damages.
And on Instagram at
Dr. Damages.
Now here's my concern for today. Starting from page 419 of the book African Proverbs for Americans. And it says, your previous lie damages your next truth.
What? Wow.
That is
previous
so true.
lie damages your next
because nobody will ever believe you again.
Because we don't know whether Obasanjo was lying before or he's lying now. We don't know whether he was saying the truth before and now he's lying. You know, we don't know.
Or damaging the truth.
Yeah, whether Trump
like
was there ever a time that Trump told the truth?
Maybe he will say the truth eventually.
After they say, anything you say will be taken against you.
In the court of law.
Anyway. Until next week, I'm Dr. Damages. I diagnose.
You heal yourself.
So,
well, how many lies have you lied?
How many truths are you saying?
Everything I say is the truth.
Doctor, so we're going to be reporting from
Nigeria, Lagos.
Wow.
No Abuja this time.
Is Agege bread coming?
Agege bread, are you coming?
I don't know. We're all going to be there.
What about the noisemaker?
Tomorrow, our noisemaker will be there.
We're all going to be there.
You know, it's going to be wonderful.
For live coverage.
For the election, we'll be there live.
Yes,
you know.
live.
And if the
Sacha
result,
is coming, right?
and Sacha will come. If the result is
favor
coming
us.
out and you may have to report from Aso Rock.
Yes. From the rock itself.
From Aso Rock.
We'll be reporting live from the greatest city in the world.
In the world.
Abuja.